Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, apologies if I look a bit tired. I mean, you probably can't tell because my camera quality is not it. Great times. Anyway, last night I stayed up till 4 in the morning without actually getting tired, to be honest. I'm just tired in the morning. But I stayed up to watch Wrestlemania night 1. I made my predictions in the last video. Here's my reactions to night 1. First of all, I thought it was going to be like most WWE Premium Live events, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them. Usually here in the UK, the kickoff show will start at midnight, 12, and the actual show will start at 1 in the morning. So I was expecting it to start at 1, and I was just watching YouTube waiting for it. It got to about 11:30, I got a bit bored, so I went on WWE 2K23. I won a match, and I just thought, I'll check, I'll see if the kickoff show started. No, actual WrestleMania had started, and I was like, shit. So I got on there. It was only 10 minutes. So literally, as I clicked on, Rhea Ripley's music started playing, and she came out. The first match out was Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. As predicted, it was a very good match, actually. Very good match. But I predicted Rhea Ripley would win. You know, Becky didn't need it. I think Rhea should have kept it, and she did. And the fans were behind Rhea more than Becky. I can imagine the fans would have. I mean, they wouldn't have got. It's Philadelphia, so any normal WWE reaction is completely different in Philadelphia. I'll get to that later. So Rhea Ripley won. Good match. Second match out, this ladder match. I think I said I wanted Awesome Truth to win, but I think it would be smart to have Judgment Day retain, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember. I said something along those lines. Well, we weren't aware of these rules, right, because they never explained the rules before the actual match started. When the match started, you looked above the ring, and they had the two titles, the SmackDown Tag Team titles and the Raw Tag Team titles. They had them suspended on different hooks. And the commentator said, in order to win the match, both must be retrieved. So if a person retrieves one set of titles, the match does not finish until the other set of titles are won. This, to me, went, does that mean we're going to have two separate winners, two separate tag team champions? Because that's exciting. Or does it mean they can pull the titles off, but they don't win unless they pull the other titles off? So whoever pulls the second lot of titles off wins them all. I wasn't sure. But then the match was going on, and out of nowhere, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, A-Town Down Under, take the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I'm like, fuck, shit, no. These are the last people I wanted to be SmackDown, to be Tag Team Champions. But they've separated the titles for different brands because there's a lot more tag teams now, which is very good. And I can imagine as the perfect heels and probably the most hated people on the roster, they'd be decent champions. But I was technically right because Awesome Truth won the Raw Tag Team Championships. Can I just say how goated this match was? Judgment Day did really, fuck all, to be honest. But they had JD McDonough get involved. He got put through a table. DIY coming out in DX-inspired gear. They did a lot. I mean, Johnny Gargano did his DDT to Pete Dunne through the table on the outside. Beautiful. Ciampa did that. I want to call it, it's like a white noise. He did that to Tyler Bate off the ladder. I mean, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, Newcastle Republic, were doing some crazy flips. It was points Xavier Woods hit an elbow drop to Ciampa, from when he walks the ropes and does that elbow drop when he was on a ladder. Ouch. There was times I thought New Day were gonna do it, and I thought Big E should have came out, but he didn't. But the match itself was just very good. And R-Truth, what a guy, man. What a guy. I mean, R-Truth, he stood on the ropes and went, tag me in. It was just, that was funny. He was trying to beat John Cena the whole time, hitting John Cena's moves. He's actually pretty decent compared to, other competitors. And then when R-Truth actually scaled the ladder and retrieved the titles, it was this moment. Because we thought R-Truth never gets the point of a match. And because he's too stupid, he won't get the concept and he won't win properly. But R-Truth was the actual one to climb the ladder and retrieve the belts like he was supposed to. And I predicted that. So technically, I'm 2 for 2 because I didn't know. I thought they were going to be the winner gets both belts. I didn't know they were going to be separate. So technically, I'm right. You can't fault me. Then we had Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. So it seems I missed out a little detail where Dragon Lee got injured on SmackDown by Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma. So Andrade stepped in when it should have been Carlito, but it's what it is. To be honest, I thought like the match, like I thought that's quite a weird match to make. I'm not really that interested, but when the match happened, it was a decent match because it didn't last too long either. But it was a decent match. Just seeing Rey in there, Santos Escobar's good, Andrade's good, Dominic Mysterio's good. Like they're all good competitors. And when it turned out to just be a Legado del Fantasma versus LWO fight, I mean that was just great, to be honest. The match ended because two American football players that are famous in Philadelphia chinned Dominic Mysterio when he tried to get a chair, and they put him in the ring, and Rey Mysterio got the win. At the same time, Rey Mysterio hit a frog splash on Santos Escobar. Andrade hit his hammerlock DDT. Was it hammerlock? His hammerlock DDT, that's what it's called, isn't it? I don't know, but he did that. I missed that move. He did that to Dominic Mysterio to keep him out of the ring while Rey got the pin. What a match that was. What was the fourth match? Yes. It was Jimmy versus Jay. This was the one I said it should be a draw. Because the brothers, you don't want to ruin anyone's momentum. They're twins. You don't want to say, oh, this twin's the better, because that just buries the other one. I mean, I'm feeling different about it because the match was a masterpiece of storytelling. I mean, but the match itself was... Let's start from the beginning. Jay comes out with Lil Wayne. Come on. Jimmy comes out with no one. The match starts and it's just like Jay has the momentum at the start, but he's hitting super kicks like all over the place. I'm like, isn't super kick meant to be your signature, like your big move? Isn't super kick meant to put people out for you? And you're just hitting Jay with about 15 of them. And he was dominant, and he was like, yeah, what? And then it was back and forth and even because both men were like, they're twins, they know each other's moves better than they know themselves. And then Jay gained the momentum, and Jay was on top, and Jay was hitting super kicks. And it just felt like a super kick fest, to be honest with you. It felt like the only move they were doing was super kicks. And then Jay goes to hit this super kick, and Jimmy goes and ducks, and Jay feels remorse for his brother. He feels remorse for him. He's like, oh, I beat the shit out of him that hard. Like, now he's hurting, and he's pleading for help. It just turned out it was Jimmy, like, just trying and distract Jay to play possum to gain momentum. It worked for about 2 seconds. Then Jey Uso came back and pretty much won the match. He won the match off of a very weak splash. It was quite underwhelming, the match, but the story, I think the match was made for the story, not the actual match. You know, I don't think they wanted to put on a massive banger. They just wanted to tell a story, and tell a story they did. So, I mean, congratulations to Jay. I mean, they wanted Jay to be the main eventer anyway, but poor Jimmy. I feel like Jimmy got buried. So technically I was wrong. I mean, technically I did say if they were going to have someone win, it's going to be Jay, but I did say draw. I'm going to hold myself to that one. I was wrong. One thing I wasn't wrong about, though, the 6-woman tag, Damage Control, who had a decent entrance against Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi, who, by the way, they're not a tag team, but when they had a tag team entrance, chef's kiss. I mean, it started, they were on a podium, and they all have these cowboy hats. Like, I don't get it, but, you know, don't know why cowboys. I mean, you're in Philadelphia, but it worked. They all had, like, some shining pizzazz about them. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then they each took a turn to step off the podium. Jade Cargill's music played first. Jade Cargill stepped off the podium. She had this, like, kind of white line down the middle, diamonds all over her, and her hair, she cut her hair, and it was all white, and she was kind of like a diamond, like, I am this supernatural being. Then Naomi's music played for about 2 seconds. Yeah, they cut Naomi's music off pretty quick, and she had kind of like a glowy outfit, but she was yellow. And the highlights she has on the back of her head were yellow. And then Bianca Belair's music played, and she had a bit of a gold look to her. And they used Bianca Belair's music to walk down the ramps. The match lasted, I want to say, under 10 minutes, but it was just good. It just showcased everyone, really. And I mean, The match ended where Bianca Belair ducked the mist of Asuka and it hit Kairi Sane. And then Naomi took Kairi Sane and hit her with that move where she hooks the arms in a full Nelson and drops them. And then, as a result of that, Bianca Belair whips Asuka with her hair, and what a whip it was. And then she picks her up for the KODs her, and then when Dakota Kai tries to run in and hit this big boot, Jade Cargill catches her, and bang, glam slam. Just going to call it the glam slam because I don't know what Jade Cargill calls it. And 1, 2, 3, Jade Cargill wins the match for everyone. Then, oh my god, this match. Sami Zayn versus Gunther. I said Gunther was going to retain. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, immediately from the start, like, the storytelling when Sami's in the back with his wife and his son being like, oh, stay out here, I'm going to do this. And he's feeling all... And then Chad Gable meets him at the back, like, says, you're ready, you've got this. And then he goes to walk out the curtain. Kevin Owens, the GOAT, is stood there. The GOAT is stood there like, come on, man, you've got this. And the match is like, it starts immediately. Sami's like, he's not wasting time. He's throwing punches, he's throwing chops. He's all over Gunther. He says, I'm not going to let you breathe for a second. He's all over him, trying to gain momentum, trying to beat him down. It comes to a point, Gunther takes over, but Sami Zayn kicked out of way too many power bombs than he should have. He kicked out the first power bomb. I was like, okay. Kicked out another one. Okay. And then I got to a point he was just taunting his wife while hitting Sami with numerous power bombs. And Sami Zayn just had this thing of nah, not today. And he jumped up and he tried to fight back. Gunther tried to go to the top rope. Sami Zayn caught with a haluva kick while he was on the top rope. And then Gunther was sat on the top rope. Sami Zayn picks him up like he's going to superplex him, only he doesn't. He jumps off the rope with him in vertical suplex position and brainbusters him on the turnbuckle. What a move, by the way. And then he runs and does about like 2 or 3 haluva kicks. Pins him. The 600-day reign of Gunther, the historic Intercontinental Championship reign of Gunther, is over and Sami Zayn wins the title. I did not see that coming. I genuinely thought Gunther would win. But yeah, so I was wrong there. That is fine. But look, that's 6 matches in. I got 2 wrong. Technically. So I'm technically 4 for 6. But if you want to be precise, I'm 3 for 6. But then the main event. The main event was actually probably the best match. It wasn't as fast-paced as the other matches, but it started off quite slow. But it picked up. Rock, Roman, Seth, Cody. As predicted, Rock and Roman won. But like I said, this match could have gone either way. And at times it felt like it was going to go either way. I mean, the part where you had Seth and Rock fighting in the crowd and Reigns and Cody fighting on the ramp. It was meant to be a rules match. It meant to have rules. But Rock being the board of directors was like, referee, give me rules. And he was swearing a lot. They're going to cut some shit out for this. They're gonna slap him in the face. What are you doing? He's saying F words and everything. But he's like, count me out. You know who the fuck I am. I'll fire you. So referee couldn't really do anything. So the referee had to be in the Rock and Roman's favour. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, Cody. They were beating up Seth for ages. Damaged the hell out of Seth's knee and Seth's lower back. Things he's had previous injuries with. But near the end of the match is when it got good. I mean, you had stomps, crossroads, spears, rock bottoms. Cody Rhodes rock bottomed the Rock through the announce desk. Reigns speared Seth through the barricade. Honestly, I think that wiped out Seth for good. And then, you know, Reigns, at one point, Reigns goes to spear Cody. Seth Rollins runs in and pushes Cody out of the way. And Reigns hits the spear on the Rock, and everyone's like, oh my god. The match ended where Cody Rhodes hit like 3 crossroads on Reigns, and the Rock comes out of nowhere and hits him with the belt. Reigns finally gets a spear in, and Rock gets the pin finish. Now, I thought, like, you know, it would be stupid. They're bringing Rock back, one of the biggest stars, not just in WWE history, but in the world. They're bringing him back for his potential last wrestling match. I don't think they're going to have him lose. Plus, Reigns and Cody have a match the following night, and Seth has a match the following night. They all have 2 matches. The Rock has 1. I thought they were going to let him win this one, so yeah. But that leads me on to my predictions for tomorrow. I mean, they've been damaging that previously injured knee of Seth. I mean, he's had a history of it, knee injuries with that knee. And his lower back, he's been talking about having that lower back pain for years. So I think he's going to drop the belt to Drew McIntyre because he's going to walk in there having the worst lower back and the worst knee because of the match the night before. And Drew McIntyre's going to take that title. Seth's going to take time off, and he should, to rehab, and like not just rehab, like fully repair his knee and his lower back. Well, Drew McIntyre reigns supreme. And Cody Rhodes versus Rock, it's going to be Bloodline rules, but you know how it's going to be. Endgame, big battle. Cody Rhodes going to take that title, boy. Best believe it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.